Hey there, Janae with Palin Projects here, and in this week's video, we're going to talk about garlic. So for the last couple of weeks, we've been getting cooler and cooler in temperature. Our ground is about to freeze. We've had a couple frosts, and it is time to plant garlic. So I wanted to give you guys a couple basic tips when planting garlic, and then some information about them as well. So, we here in Montana are too cold to plant. I guess we're not too cold, but for the most part we're pretty cold, and probably too cold to plant soft neck varieties. So in the species of garlic, there are two different varieties. There's soft neck and there's hard neck. I have only grown hard neck varieties, again due to the fact that we're just cooler in temperatures. The hardneck varieties can withstand those cooler temperatures or harsher temperatures a little bit better. They usually create fewer bulbs, but the bulbs on the garlic tend to be much bigger. They tend to form scapes, so if you do see scapes at the farmer's market or a grocery store or something like that, typically those are your hardneck varieties. It's not always a hardneck variety, but more likely than not, it is a hardneck variety, is my understanding. And then they do take 4 to 6 months to form that head. And then the hardneck varieties, and I'm going to show you, I have a bulb cracked open for you guys, but there's usually like one stem that comes out and then the bulbs surround that stem. Unlike the soft necks, where the soft necks grow in milder temperatures, or you'll be a little more successful with them in milder temperatures. They don't typically have scapes. They mature much faster, and there's no stalk in the cloves, so it's one ball of cloves basically. There is one exception, elephant garlic, which I have an elephant garlic here. They are not really, to my understanding, a hardneck variety or a softneck variety. They're kind of in their own little world, and they're kind of considered both. So that's my garlic, I guess, or that's my information on garlic. Couple fun facts though. They are typically called a stinky rose. They kind of look like a rose, I guess. I don't know. And then it's been used throughout history for medicinal and culinary purposes as well, which I found interesting. Here is my one piece of garlic, or my one clove of garlic. Bulb of garlic. So you can see here, if it'll focus, there we go. There's the stem, and then each one of these are a clove of garlic. So it surrounds that stem. This is a hardneck variety. And actually, I think this is probably my elephant garlic. I think it is. So if I break, let me get a trash can or a bag here, because these will flake. See all of these, like, I think of Shrek. Onions have layers. Garlic has layers. It's kind of like paper. It's their protective outer coating. So that is one clove of garlic. And yeah, that is I'm pretty sure that's my elephant garlic. Elephant garlic should get much bigger than this, actually. It should get to be about double to triple this size. It should fill about my whole hand, but here where I live, they don't typically get that big. So yeah, there are different varieties. So this is a purple variety. I picked this up from the store this year. I actually don't remember where I picked it up from. It was a store, but I don't remember which store. But anywho, it was a local farm stem. That's where I got it. So I picked this variety up because it is locally grown. It does feel good. The outer coating of the garlic is all intact. So I felt confident in putting or using this as seed garlic. Seed garlic and regular garlic are pretty much the same thing. You can use the cloves that I'm not going to say you can, but due to things that people spray on them, but you should be able to take a clove of garlic from the grocery store and just plant the cloves and it'll grow. I did that 2 years ago. They didn't grow great. They were pretty small, but they grew. So you can do that, but if someone has seed garlic, it's usually pretty nice and pretty decent sized garlic cloves. So I picked up 2 of those because I wanted different varieties. These do have a little bit of purple in them. Like I told you before, I do have elephant garlic. And then I wanted to show you the difference between a good clove that you should keep and store versus a clove or a globe that you should probably use right away. So again, great seed garlic here. All of the paper is intact. It's not rotting away. It's not, it doesn't have mold on it. It's not black. Pretty uniform all the way around. Bad garlic. So you see how the paper's all coming off. You can see the different cloves of garlic. This won't last as long. So I need to either plant this or use it in eating. I might cut one of these open and see how they are. If they're too far gone, we'll just use it. We should have plenty. So I don't have variety names. This, like I said, came from a local farm stand. They didn't give me a variety. And then this we've been growing for 2 years now. I just don't know the variety, but they are all hardneck varieties. So how we store them, so the stem comes up and then you get a scape. We typically will cut about this size, so a couple inches up, and then we'll store them like this. Whereas that soft neck variety, you can actually braid. I'm sure you might have seen people having those hung garlic braids in their kitchens, and then they just pull what they need off of that braided garlic. That's a soft neck variety. Again, I don't grow that. I can't in my harsh winters. So anywho, I have plenty of garlic. I don't have a full bag, but I think we have a couple handfuls here. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 12 globes of garlic to go and plant. So let's get after it. Future me here, I forgot to tell you guys that garlic is an allium. So alliums consist of onions, leeks, and chives along with garlic. They are super heavy feeders, so don't plant them in the same spots that you planted the year before. You need to rotate them around because they will eat up all the nutrients in your soil. I will be adding in more nutrients though, just because they are such heavy feeders that in my raised beds and in our area, I just feel that I need to give them that extra boost. Okay guys, I just got back in from planting the garlic. As you might have seen on the video, it did start to snow / sleet on me. So I ended up like taking my big jacket off and covering my camera so that I could still plant the garlic really fast, get it in the ground, actually in the raised bed, so that we'll have garlic for next year. Hopefully I will get to do another, like a second round of planting. It's not that it's succession sows, it's just I didn't have enough time today in between the snow and the cold to plant much more than what I did, which I'll have to look back at the video and see how many I actually did plant, because I was literally just like moving dirt out of the way with my hand and putting the the bulb in and just trying to get it planted. So I'm sure it'll be enough. If not, I'll break a couple pieces apart of our other cloves and get that planted as well. One thing that I wanted to note, how you plant garlic, there is a top and a bottom. Okay, so this piece here is the bottom of the clove of garlic, or the bulb of garlic. You can kind of see where the roots should come out at. It's kind of rough. And then the top is a pointy edge. I tried to tear apart the cloves of garlic and leave as much paper attached as possible. This just helps to protect the, you can almost think of these bulbs as like seeds. You know, the garlic will come up, the stem will come up through here, and then it'll create cloves of garlic. So you can kind of think of them as like seeds, where there's kind of a top and a bottom. Same with this one. This one's just a little bit smaller. So you can see again, there's the, let's get the camera to focus. There we go. There's the bottom of the garlic, and then the pointy end is the top. So you just put them into the ground like that. So pointy end up so that the roots can grow out down here, and then you'll get the nice long stalk right there. I think in the past I've planted my garlic a little too low. So I'm going a little shallower this year. So I went about 1 to 3 inches deep within the dirt to see if I can get a little bit better production. My garlic cloves, or heads, I guess, bulbs, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, were just all on the little smaller end. So I don't know if that's just like the light ratio out there. It's brand new soil, so they should have plenty of nutrients. I'll come in the springtime and top dress with plant tone as well. Just because I didn't get around to planting the biotone today. So just to give them another little boost of energy, I'll just sprinkle that plant tone in and scratch it in as I go. So that'll be a nice fertilizer for them. Other than that, garlic is pretty self-reliant, so plant it and put some water to it next year. I did have black poly out there, so it was a poly drip tube. I was using that as, I would just put in emitters where I needed them. That will be changing for next year. I'm thinking of getting a little bit different tubing. It'll be a little more flexible so that I can run it in that whole bed and make sure that that whole bed gets enough moisture. So I did see that I do have a couple pockets of soil missing in the corners of that bed, so I'm gonna have to plug those and get those filled back up. And then in the springtime, I will also, like I said, top dress with plant tone, and I'm going to top dress with compost as well, just to make sure that those garlic cloves have enough nutrients to form nice big sets for me. So other than that, like I said, planting 1 to 3 inches deep. How I kind of measure that is off my finger. So like this is a little more than an inch, this knuckle to knuckle is. So, you know, roughly that's an inch, roughly that's an inch, and then a little more than that is about an inch. So I just measure off of my fingers and I just kind of go down like that. So again, try and be nice and soft when you're peeling those garlic cloves off. Try and make sure that you get as much paper on them as possible, so don't tear that off. You want that on there so that it protects them. And then, you know, just wait till springtime and make sure that they have plenty of nutrients and water so that they can grow up all nice, big, and strong for us. But that's it for this video this week. We'll see ya in our next video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you later. Bye!